Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I wanted to hop in real quick and talk to you guys about what's going on with this interesting thing with Travis Scott. I'm watching this more so not as a Travis Scott fan, but really as an observer of anything that affects, any prominent Black people. I always find it real interesting to see how the world responds. When a Black man does something that is questionable or a mistake, and so I've been following Travis Scott and his whole situation at AstroWorld, which has been just a complete mess. And I talked to you guys about it earlier today, and I sat around for a few minutes, for about maybe 20 minutes, and I just watched video after video just to kind of get the background of all of this. Because before that, I'll be honest with you, I never paid much attention to Travis Scott. I mean, the dude. I don't know if he's trying to look like he's high or what, but he's married to a Kardashian. That ain't my thing. But I did find it interesting to see when those kids got killed because I have teenagers in the house and I remember our teenager went to see something called Lollapalooza, which had Tyler the Creator and so I've been watching this, and let me just say this: the more I watch, the more I really wonder if this brother's in big trouble. I really think this brother might go down. There are so many lawsuits and the outrage against Travis Scott is through the roof. I mean, I'm looking at the comments and I just, get a pulse of what people are thinking. It's okay. You're right, Tim, but they're not married. I agree. They're not married. I forget they had a baby together. I guess people don't get married. That's right. You ain't supposed to actually love women. You're supposed to just bounce from woman to woman. I don't know what people do. I don't give a damn. But anyway, but Travis got a Kardashian pregnant and which pretty much means you're married. You may not be legally married, but you connected for life. So don't get it twisted. But anyway, I've been watching the video, and first off, this thing is a shit show, man. I mean, there are going to be so many lawsuits filed over this concert, and is that at the Travis Scott concert, the big mistake they made is that they had too many people in that space. All the videos that I saw basically are showing that people were in there and they were cramped like sardines. They were getting crushed to death. They couldn't breathe. And they were in these mosh pits, which I don't know why the hell somebody would jump inside a damn mosh pit, but they were in these mosh pits. And a lot of people are comparing it to hell, and in fact, I saw comments where somebody said it's like hell, where everybody's rushing to get in, but they couldn't get out, and they couldn't get out. There were people. I listened to testimony from several people who were in the crowd, and they just basically said I couldn't breathe, I couldn't move, I was stuck. It's really sad to hear a 16-year-old say, I just accepted the fact that I was going to die that day. I'm like, damn, that's a terrible thought to have as a 16-year-old. And so not that it's funny, it's not funny at all. And I'll admit, I'm speaking as Uncle Boyce here. I'm speaking as Daddy Boyce. I'm a father. I'm not going. There's nothing about any of this that is intriguing to me. I have no idea why anybody would want to go and be cramped like sardines in the middle of all those people, and you can't even breathe, and you can't even move, you can't walk. Just go buy the dude's album. Not Don't even buy it. Just get on Spotify, and I'm sure all the Travis Scott songs on Spotify are free to listen to. I don't know why you have to be there in the middle of all those people. The other thing that's really funny to me is remember just a few months ago, everybody was talking about how dangerous it was with COVID. Remember that thing called the pandemic that's supposed to be out there? And all the politicians were like, oh no, COVID is going to kill everybody. You can't social distance. Blah, blah, blah. There was no social distancing. Literally, people were up your butt. Like people were climbed on top of each other. That's why I never took the pandemic stuff all that seriously to begin with, because they, one minute they tell you you're gonna die if you talk to your neighbor or bug, and the next minute they're just openly allowing concerts where people are so cramped together that they can't even breathe. So I just honestly the whole time I knew it was kind of a bunch of BS. I knew it was kind of silly, and it doesn't mean it wasn't real. It just means that they make things real that they want to be real. And there's a big sort of game played in media, just this mind control thing. Mind control, not just in terms of the pandemic and how they got people moving like sheep during the pandemic and following their instructions. It's like red light, green light. Okay, now we want you to go out and spend money. No, now we want you to socially distance and not talk to each other. Now we want you to go and get back together again. Now we want you to go protest in the street. Now we want you to socially distance again. Now you can't go get a job if you don't get this jab, you don't put this stuff in your body, you can't have a job. And it's crazy. And really I was looking at this Travis Scott thing and I was thinking about things like hero worship. And I just, I'm gonna tell you, I get it. I mean, it's fine. They're artists and whatever, but what is so special about another person that's gonna make you sit there in a crowd full of people like that? I mean, you got pickpockets, rapists, nasty ass people, and you're all cramped in there like that, like little sardines. Also, you all can sit there and look at a man standing on a damn stage. I don't know. I mean, maybe there's something magical about the music. I mean, I know historically we've always admired our artists, but I feel bad. Like you had this poor kid who Travis Scott told him to jump off a balcony, and the poor kid jumped off the balcony. Now he's paralyzed for life. Teach your kids to be leaders, man. Teach them to be leaders and not followers. Because this is crazy to me. This is silly to me. I mean, the fact that this dude, and I'm not even so mad at him, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm not saying he's not at fault. I mean, he's gonna get his butt suit off. Believe me, and I don't really have sympathy. I mean, I don't care. It's his life. Honestly, it's his. But I'm just sitting there thinking, I mean, come on, man. Really? This dude told you to jump off a balcony and now you're paralyzed for life? Where is it that we learn enough about who we are that we're not following around people like blind little sheep? And so basically, I was reading some of the comments online, and the comments are pretty treacherous. There are people basically saying that this is what happens when you worship fake idols. Travis Scott needs to let me see. Travis Scott needs to watch the press conference that Bari's family held. I think it might open his eyes to show how much pain the families are going through. I saw some other comments like we're literally being auto-tuned to death every day. He had the mic, he had some power to talk, and he didn't. Disgusting, he continued, and this was happening right in front of him. So sad, these families are going through so much pain. He needs to be held accountable for this. Let me see if some more. I just grabbed some random comments because everybody's mad at this dude. It's really interesting. People need to confront what's going on in the music industry. Another person says, not sure if anyone saw SZA's set, and she had zero issues, but continued to ask if the crowd was okay, if everyone was good, and she wanted for a response. Her set was before his, and she said the energy was off and felt weird. Yeah. So basically, here's what's going on. Here's what I'm seeing right now. Here's what I'm seeing brewing. A lot of people are angry. A lot of parents are mad about their kids. I don't know if there's any parents in the building. Let me know if you're a parent. But I know if my child was going to a concert and ended up either getting smothered to death or almost being smothered to death or getting kicked in the head and they came to have fun and they're going through something like this, I'd want answers, right? So you got a lot of, it's not so much just the kids that are mad, it's really their parents. Like their parents are like, what the hell is going on here? And so all these lawsuits are being filed. This dude is going to make $1 billion for attorneys. I kid you not. They're going to sue the shit out of him. They're going to go after him. They're going to go after him like OJ Simpson. Because remember OJ killed one white woman. He killed one allegedly, right? Allegedly, got to say allegedly, right? But he was found not guilty. He wasn't found innocent. Now he was found not guilty. Those are two different things. Don't forget that. But OJ was accused of killing one white woman. This brother's gonna have 9 bodies on his back, and I think that what they're kind of looking at now is the fact that he rapped about how dangerous his concerts were, and he sort of almost took pride in the chaos and kind of urging it on, and I don't. But here's the thing though, right? I don't really know how much of this can be completely laid on his back, given that it seems that the number one factor here, here's what I'm really seeing that I think really messed it all up, is that they sold too many damn tickets. It was just greed. It was the fact that you sold 50,000 tickets, maybe you 1,000, and let people breathe, right? Like you literally sold every ticket you could possibly sell to make every nickel you possibly could, and now you're gonna lose every nickel that you've ever had. So maybe that's the message in all this, because I'm gonna just tell you the truth. As much as I'm not a fan of Travis Scott and I don't care, honestly, his life matters Almost nothing to me. I don't know the guy. I don't have any reason to care. I care about the victims, right? I care about the poor children that were being misled. Um, but I don't really think he was responsible for the fact that they oversold those tickets, and I don't think that he knew. Now, where he could be held responsible for is the fact that he did urge the crowd on, and he urges them to get wilder, and he continued to perform even after people were in the crowd dying and passed out and trampled on and knocked down and everything else. And then with other artists like SZA saying that the energy felt off, that something felt wrong, that says that that notice that something was happening there. So I don't know. I think this brother's done. I mean, I think he's in big trouble. And those lawsuits. I mean, you're talking about hundreds of lawsuits. Again, I asked you that basic question, like, what is one death worth? Is a death worth 5 million? Is it worth 10 million? Well, it's arbitrary. Some people think a death is worth, or death or life is worth an infinite amount of money. So if you got nine infinities, like Travis is really in a financial hell. Like his brand is built on simulating hell. Now I think he might really be in it. He's in a financial hell. Like when I think of hell, I think of a place that is filled with an infinite amount of pain, an infinite amount of loss, an eternal amount of devastation. So with Travis Scott and his legal situation, this is something where literally there is no cap to how much money they are going to try to take out of this dude. Like each lawsuit, each verdict could be like $200 million or 50 million or 100 million. And Live Nation has a lot of money. The concert promoters have a lot of money. He has a lot of money. Their insurance companies have a lot of money, and they're gonna get all of that money. They're gonna get all of that money. So let me just say, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I know I talked about Travis Scott earlier, but I've really been watching this because I'm really just curious about it to see how it evolves. And was the concert a sacrifice? Asked Cecilia. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I've heard rumors about devil worship and all that. I don't know. I don't know. I do know. I can say a lot of the stuff that they do in Hollywood doesn't make any sense. You do see situations where they're doing horrible things with children. You see where they're doing things that are incredibly unhealthy. When you mix a culture of drugs in with all that pre-existing mental illness and this financial addiction where they think that anything makes money is good, they think anything that gets them paid is worthwhile, like anything you do as long as it's making money, that means you're successful. Well, that's like a culture I can't vibe with, and that's something that I encourage you to really understand. All money ain't good money, and just because Negroes making money don't make him a successful black person. Seriously, that, and that's one area where I encourage you to kind of consider that, because I don't think the rest of the world gets that. I think that they think if somebody's famous because white people put them on TV, and they have a bunch of money because somebody wrote them a check to coon out and harm their people. Not putting Travis in that category. I got to go check out more of his music. But seriously, like they'll look at these people and they will overlook the people in the community that really are doing good things for the world, that are really doing good things for children, doing good things for families, doing good things that are going to benefit black people, and they focus on some rapper that white people put him on TV because he was so harmful to the black community. So I think Travis, don't be surprised if they file charges. Don't be surprised. I mean, I'm waiting for the headline that charges have been filed against Travis Scott, and I think that's why he's being so apologetic. Um, you know, I think my wife said that she felt that he was apologizing because he really cares and he's a good person. And I'm not going to put that to the side. I'm not going to doubt that. Because I mean, his fans are the reason that he has the power and the money that he has. But I think that he was being apologetic because they probably immediately called in a damage control team who gave him specific instructions on exactly how to respond and how to make that appear authentic, because they knew that he was in deep shit. And so I think that there could be charges filed. When you got white kids showing up paralyzed and dead. Again, hip hop wasn't dangerous when it was killing black people, not in the minds of America. But when if you start having white kids dying, oh, that's a whole nother level. That's a whole nother level. So he's in big trouble. And I'm reading the comments and just looking at what white people are saying about him. They're talking about this dude like he's public enemy number one. Like he's getting the OJ Simpson treatment. I haven't really seen black man really being hung out like that really since OJ, to be honest with you. Like that's how long it's been. I just got to have to think about some other examples. So he'll be out apologizing again and again and again because y'all know what it is, the Negro apology tour. But then again, when people die, maybe that is worth apologizing for. So that's not like a Nick Cannon type situation. Like you really need if you kill people, or people die at your concert, then there is some remorse that needs to be expressed. So I don't doubt that, but I do think that the financial liability is going to be tremendous, and I don't know if you're gonna hear from this guy again. But anyway, I gotta go, guys. I just wanted to come in and chime in with you and tell you what I've been seeing. And by the way, I did a great interview this week with Judge Joe Brown and Dr. George C. Frazier, and the interview's out on Spotify, from what I understand. So I imagine if you go and search for our names on Spotify or all other platforms, you can find it. It was a great conversation. We talked for a couple hours about authentic blackness. Judge Joe Brown don't take no shit. He's a real black man, a great man. I look up to him. I admire him immensely. And my Mount Rushmore of black men. He's one of the greatest black men ever. He's made millions of dollars. He's written books that are read by every HBCU in the country, and he's a wonderful mentor. And he also understands the importance of connecting as a way to succeed. So we all got together, and it's an honor to talk to these guys. And so if you want to go check out the interview, you can go on Spotify and check it out. All right, guys, I'm about to get out of here. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful night, and it was fun talking to you. And I'll pack in again pretty soon. And also, by the way, this weekend we're doing an event for free in the Black Business School called Black Experts Unchained, and that's for anybody that wants to be a social media influencer, a coach, consultant, public speaker, any of those things, a content creator, all that stuff, or you want to create an online course. This event is free. It's this weekend. And I got together with some friends of mine who do it and do it extremely well, all those things. So feel free to join us. You can go to blackexpertsunchained.com. The URL's on the screen. All right, I'm out of here. Have a good day, everybody. I'll talk to you later.